Tell you a little bit about the company, about myself. First of all, I'm going to talk about Nutri-Pharm. I'm going to talk about our drug pipeline. I'm going to talk about where our drugs come from, what our philosophies are. But the point I'm trying to make, and I'll make this several times throughout the talk today, is that we're at a really great sweet spot for a biotech company. If you think about what biotech companies are, they're companies do a lot of research and development and spend a lot of cash. Right? They burn through revenue, they burn through cash as quick as they can. Well, we've been doing that for about 7 years. And we finally launched our first commercial product back in October, and in the fourth quarter we were actually profitable already. And so we're at this sweet spot where we just went from being an R&D company to a revenue-producing pharma company. And it's being reflected now in our share price, it's being reflected in how we're being respected among our peers, and how we're producing revenues with the products. So let's go into what Nutri-Pharm actually is. For want of a better term, we're a biotechnology holding company. We hold a lot of technology, intellectual property, patents, trademarks, and we conduct our research for our products in two divisions. Receptipharm is our drug discovery division, and Designer Diagnostics is our medical device division. With Receptipharm, we're working on products for neurologic disease, like multiple sclerosis, adrenal myeloneuropathy, even Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS. We have anti-infectives, antiviral products for HIV, hepatitis C, herpes, and we're working in pain and rheumatoid arthritis. We work almost exclusively with peptides, small proteins, and I want to tell you why. Most drugs out there are called small molecular entities. They're small molecules that bind to a host of different things in the body. So one of the things they bind to is what it's supposed to do and have its effect. But the other things it binds to cause the side effects. So you might take something that's anti-inflammatory, but suddenly you find out it causes liver damage, muscle damage, whatever. That's because small molecular entities are non-specific. They bind to a host of different things. Peptides are fantastic because they're very specific. They only bind to one thing, that receptor. Now, the failing of peptides is that for the most part they need to be injected because they're hard to get into the body. And we figured out ways to get these small peptides into the body through topical application, through oral sprays, through the buccal mucosa of the mouth. And so we're able to get these peptides in and make them effective in our populations. This is just a brief slide showing where our pipeline is. We've already completed preclinical and phase 1 studies in most of our indications. We're planning our phase 2 in MS to start sometime by the end of the year. We've done herpes trials, adrenal myeloneuropathy trials in both an injectable version and an oral version, HIV, ALS, herpes simplex keratosis, and then rheumatoid arthritis and pain. So I want to show you that we have a deep pipeline. We're not a one-stop shop. We don't just have one product and we're hoping that we can keep the market there. We have a lot of products ready to come out over the next several years. Our platform of drug discovery could hit as many as 20 different indications, some of which are certainly multi-billion-dollar indications. Multiple sclerosis, for example, our drug for multiple sclerosis is an injectable. As I said, we've completed preclinical and phase 1 studies. It's the only drug for MS being studied that has the potential to reverse the symptoms of MS, where you use the drug over time and you actually get better. You can reverse the course of the disease. As I said, we haven't completed phase 2 studies, so I can't go into all the details with the MS drug, but multiple sclerosis is approximately a $7 billion drug indication. So even if this takes us 4, 5, 6 years to get this product out into the marketplace, you can see what we're perceiving the future of the company to be. Now, the most exciting thing is the fact that we have a product on the marketplace. And we actually have 2 products, both for the treatment of pain, cobroxin and nyloxin. And I want to go into those products in the pain market and how it's being marketed. First of all, is there anyone here in pain? And it's not just because you're listening to me? Migraines? Yeah. Anyone who has like hand pain, like arthritic pain in your hands? Yeah? Because I'm going to give you some product to try right now. Okay? Yeah, this is an open one. You can try this now. Anyone else? I got some boxes here. Oh, wow. Hey, Kevin, or something, can you help me pass out a couple of these? Come on up. Somebody. Lower back. Yeah, but I don't want anyone disrobing. So I'm asking for anything that... Yeah. Go ahead and pass these out to the people that wave the most. Who's not going to raise their hand no matter what I say? All right. Over 76 million Americans suffer pain on a daily basis. 1 out of 10 with acute pain and post-traumatic pain, and 3 out of 10 with chronic pain. The #1 market is lower back pain. So, but when we talk about chronic pain, we're talking about pain, and for people that have back pain, it's not every single day, but it's most days. You wake up with it, you take some medication for it or whatever, you try to get your day going, but for the most part, you're going to be in pain, and that's chronic pain. Then we also have traumatic pain. You were in an accident, you hurt yourself in some way. But by far the largest market is going to be lower back pain, followed by head and neck pain, which includes migraine headaches. We're talking the two of them together is over 70 million people. So when you look at the stages of pain, the severity of pain, the World Health Organization divides into 3 stages: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Stage 1 is tolerable pain. You simply live with it. You might have to take an aspirin every once in a while or something to that effect. Stage 2 pain is considered to be pain that interferes with sleep and or work. Sleep or work. So you need to take something to sleep, or you need to take something to be able to get through the day. Stage 3 pain is intractable pain. That's pain that you cannot function unless you do something to deal with the pain. Another way to look at it is the 10 scale. You know, anyone who ever went to the hospital, went to the doctor, they said on a scale of 1 to 10, how much pain are you in? Well, anywhere from say 1 to 3, even up to 4 is stage 1 pain, 4 to 7 is stage 2 pain, and then 7 to 10 is stage 3 pain. Now, how do you deal with these different stages of pain? Well, stage 1 is things like aspirin, NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or acetaminophen, Tylenol. Now, all these drugs have problems. First of all of the NSAIDs are absorbed directly from the stomach, through the stomach mucosa, and so they cause GI irritation, stomach upset, they can cause ulcers. One of the leading causes of death of people over 85 are GI bleeds from taking NSAIDs. You know, not only do they cause irritation of the digestive tract, they thin the blood as well. And so it causes a great risk for GI intestinal bleeding. And then you have acetaminophen, Tylenol, which for many years was considered the safest of all of the anti-inflammatory drugs, but more recently found out that it certainly causes liver problems, but even more so than we thought in the past. And so the FDA has asked that anything that has Tylenol on it have a black box warning talking about the potential for liver damage. Then we get to stage 2. All of the drugs for stage 2 are prescription drugs. Once you get to stage 2 pain, you're talking about Percocet, Vicodin, Tylenol 3. The problem with these drugs is, first of all, they're prescription, so you have to go to a doctor to get a prescription. All of them are opiate in some fashion, narcotic, addictive. They cause a host of side effects. And a lot of them also contain acetaminophen, which most people didn't understand. You might be on a Percocet and say, okay, the Percocet's kind of working, but I need to a little more, so I'll take a Tylenol. Well, now you're taking too much acetaminophen and greatly increasing the risk for liver damage. And so the FDA has made all of those drugs put black box warnings on them, saying they contain acetaminophen and so therefore increase risk for liver damage. The other issue is that all these drugs cause resistance. The more you take, the more you need. Your body grows resistant to them, and they have something called the ceiling effect, where at some point it doesn't work for you anymore and you have to switch drugs. The same is true of the stage 3 drugs. Now, all of these are highly addictive, all opiates, all narcotics, all very expensive. It's very hard to function on these drugs, although it's very hard to function in pain. So you don't have a lot of choices. But they have the same issues, liver and organ damage, and a ceiling effect, where over time you're going to have to switch drugs or these drugs are not going to be effective.